Race number 3 kicks off the place accumulator at Hollywoodbets Durbanville on Wednesday. 1,250 meters the distance for the third race on the program. And this race goes off at 13:35. Now, horse number 4, Carrier Coup, is a runner that I've made a suggested PA banker. He's being priced up around 6-1 in the market, and I think that represents tremendous value. He was at 16-1 on debut, but he ran a lot better than his odds when running 3 parts of length behind Wayag. Now, I thought it was a cracking ride from Keegan on that occasion, Dees, and we were watching that race together, and Keegan was in supreme form on that day. I think he rode the first 4 winners on the card, if I'm not mistaken. And this horse ran on nicely. Wayag has come out to run third out the maidens. And I think just with a positive draw, racing experience now, this horse is going to be a lot wiser to the task at hand. Muzieni sticks with the ride. And I think 6-1 is a generous price about an individual that I think could do well for Eric Sands. So I'm going to be with this 3-year son of Captain of All. I think he'll go very, very close in his lineup. A horse like Master Josh, slightly better drawn this time out. He was, we'll call it 3 lengths behind Carrier Coup in that run behind Wayag. His form prior to that was decent, never too far off the action. And I think now with a slightly better draw, he could get into the mix. And then number 6, Stratospheric, one that you could include into the mix as well. And then you like a bit of number 7, Captain Maurice.
Yeah, I just had a look at that run of Wayag on debut, and I must admit that Carrico ran a blinder considering the odds. But on Saturday you mentioned there's a line of form here, and it's just a collateral form that I'm trying to make sense of. On Saturday, you mentioned that the Wayag came out to run third, and he ran Berenberg, yeah. And I'm just going to do a simple thing with the mat here. Let me try and work it out. Berenberg, Wayag was receiving 2.5 kgs, was beaten 1.5 lengths. And if you have a look at Captain Maurice, who as a maiden ran in open company last time out, he was only receiving a kg and he was beaten 1.5 lengths. So I just on a line through form, just on collateral thinking, I know you like that horse at 6-1. And Captain Maurice at 8-1, I think, could be tremendous value as well. So we could have found 2 nice horses with the guys in the first leg of the PA, numbers 4 and 7. But is that good enough for the place accumulator? That's my question, because we want to try and, get this PA with the minimum spend. We're actually going to write one down, and we'll do it on our shortlist. Instead of a pick 6, I thought a PA will be good for the show. So do we want to go 4 and 7, or do we need to go wider? Horses like Charlie Croker.
How's that form line?
Form line's excellent, but have you had enough with this horse? You can't. The day you say I'm going to leave this horse out is the day he's going to come up. So are we going to include that?
Question mark would be the wide draw for me. He's drawn in gate number 9. I know he did run second over the course in distance, but that was in a 9-horse field drawn in gate number 4. So I'm not quite sure whether he's going to be able to overcome the draw.
So you're saying a 6-1 shot and an 8-1 shot. We're hoping for the cash.
I think that's the way. I think we look to beat this favorite number 6, Stratospheric, who's been priced up at around 16-10 in the market. Healthy respect for him. He ran behind Champion Warrior last time out. Horse that ran third, Max Otter, has come out to win from the form line. And he overcame the draw. Well, he didn't overcome the draw, but it was a nice run from him. And he's a horse that has to be given respect, but in the PA, looking to beat him here, Dees.
Okay, let's summarize it. Race number 3 over 1,250 meters. There is a strongly fancied favorite in the race if you're using the betting as the guide. In black and white, he also jumps off the page. But for the GTV show, we'll give you that entire perm for the PA on the shortlist segment. But in leg number 1, we're going 4 and 7, 6-1 and 8-1, and hoping that we double up.